Hey everyone, welcome to the Northridge Tech Roundup podcast. I'm your host, Trip Booker.
And I'm your co-host, Delta Check-In. And yes, in case there's any doubt in your mind, we're not humans, we're AI creations. We're here because the team at Northridge Partners are busy closing the sale of a global travel software business right now, so they asked me and Trip to step in for them. It's great to have you tuning in, even if you're real, and we're not. Today we are diving into the world of social commerce and how it's transforming the online travel business.
Thanks, Delta. Before we dive in, a quick word from Northridge Partners, who cover the Asia-Pacific region from their headquarters in Singapore. The firm has been building and advising tech companies for more than 20 years, and they've got deep domain expertise in B2B software, travel tech, fintech, aerospace tech, and national security tech, among others.
Enough of the advertising, Trip. Let's get down to business. How many times have you seen a travel ad or video on your mobile feed and thought, wow, I want to go there? Social media is really transforming how people find and book their holidays now.
It's not just aspirational anymore, is it? It's driving sales directly. I mean, platforms like TikTok and Douyin, they're not just for entertainment. They're really shaping consumer behavior in the travel space. And now they've rolled out a booking button straight from your mobile phone.
Exactly. They're collapsing the traditional marketing funnel. In fact, the funnel now looks more like a pancake these days. You used to see an ad, do your research, compare prices. Now it's increasingly becoming see a cool video, click and book. Instant gratification.
I remember when social media was about sharing vacation pics. Now, it's a key part of the entire booking process. It's not just about showing that wish you were here, but it's about getting you there through hitting that click to book button on your Instagram or TikTok feed.
Okay, Trip, let's dig into the numbers here. TikTok and Douyin, what's their actual influence?
Well, the stats are staggering. Douyin alone has 1 billion monthly active users, and it's generating some serious revenue, around $21 billion per year, give or take. TikTok is even higher, with 1.5 billion users and $23 billion in revenue. Together, they account for about $500 billion in GMV, perhaps the fastest growing e-commerce platform of all time.
Wow, that's 2.5 billion users, a third of all humans and around half of all smartphone users. But who are these users exactly? Are we talking mostly Gen Z here?
A good chunk, yeah. Around 40% of TikTok's users are Gen Z, the 18 to 24-year-olds. Then you've got millennials making up about 35%. And Gen X, that's around 20%. So it's a pretty broad audience, really. And importantly, if you think about future-proofing your business, when the boomer generation starts to get older, this is the demographic you want to be selling to, the customer of the future.
I see. Does that include fake humans like you and me, Trip? And what about daily usage? I've heard that real people spend hours on these apps.
Yeah, Delta. The real people who use TikTok are spending on average 90 minutes a day on the platform. And nearly 40% of Gen Z are already using it for travel searches instead of hitting up Google or other search engines. That must be a serious worry if you're Google, which is just starting to feel the effects of search migrating to AI apps like Perplexity. Although, now that Google is beginning to integrate Gemini into search, I wouldn't be writing them off just yet.
Hang on a minute, Trip. Did you just say that 40% of Gen Z are using social media for travel searches and they spend up to 90 minutes per day on TikTok? That's a serious behavioural shift. So, what does this all mean for travel bookings?
Well, a 2023 Expedia survey found that around 60% of travelers are getting their inspiration from social media, and mainly TikTok. And get this, the hashtag #TravelTalk alone has nearly 30 billion views. That's a massive indicator of user engagement and potential bookings.
30 billion views. Incredible. So social media is no longer just about eyeballs, it's turning into actual bookings, actual revenue. So Trip, how are travel companies faring amidst all of this change?
Well, travel companies certainly aren't standing still. For example, there's a platform called @Hotel that has tens of thousands of properties hosted on Instagram that you can book from your mobile. Over at Marriott, they saw a 15% increase in direct bookings just from using Instagram checkout, and Hilton had a 13% boost thanks to Paris Hilton campaigning for them on Instagram and TikTok.
Paris Hilton pushing travel deals, huh? The mind boggles, doesn't it?
And Delta, influencers are driving millions of travel orders, generating billions of dollars of travel GMV, which we call TTV in this part of the world. Did you know that Douyin alone was budgeting for more than $40 billion in travel TTV in 2024?
That's massive. Just massive, and quite a wake-up call. So, what are other travel product suppliers doing, for example, the airlines?
They're jumping in, Delta. Etihad recently saw a 17% booking increase with their TikTok dynamic ads. Southwest tested direct booking through TikTok videos, and Japan Airlines is using influencers to target younger travelers. It's all about translating that social media buzz into actual sales.
It sounds like everyone's experimenting with this. How about the large online travel agents like Trip.com, Expedia, and Agoda?
The OTAs kicked into gear when James Liang, who's chairman of Trip.com, launched live-stream travel broadcasts during the COVID-19 pandemic and generated nearly $400 million in sales from 150 million viewers. These days, the big OTAs are all over social media. For example, just last week, Expedia announced a partnership with Beautiful Destinations, a travel-focused Instagram hub, allowing travelers to build an itinerary from an Instagram reel, then book it directly on Expedia. Other OTAs like Agoda are on the bandwagon, running attention-grabbing video ads on TikTok, often leveraging trending hashtags and user-generated content to engage viewers and inspire travel bookings.
And how about the experience platforms like Viator and Klook?
Yep, Delta, they're all in there. For example, Klook, which is the leading Asian platform, has seen strong conversion rates among Gen Z through its TikTok integrated booking features. And its global rival, Viator, which is owned by TripAdvisor, also runs an active social commerce strategy.
Are there any new features popping up to make it even easier for people to book?
Yeah, there are. For example, TikTok's playing around with TikTok Pay Later, kind of a buy now, pay later thing for travel. It's like they're trying to remove all friction from the booking process, making it as easy as possible to go from seeing something cool to booking it instantly.
Okay, but it's not all sunshine and roses, is it? I mean, what about TikTok's challenges in the US?
Spot on, Delta. TikTok's future in the USA is quite uncertain with all the political and legal challenges going on. You know, the whole Bytedance situation.
But it's not like TikTok is the only player here. Meta and Google may not have jumped in headfirst with social commerce the way TikTok has, but they're testing the waters, coming at it from different angles, and they have absolutely huge toolkits if they decide to compete head-on.
So what does this all mean for the future of travel bookings?
Well, the industry's dream is a seamless, connected trip. You know, integrating everything from bookings to transportation to activities all in one place.
Makes sense. But right now, we're kind of stuck with fragmented experiences on social media, the disconnected trip, if you like. The big question is, who's going to nail that seamless integration? Will it be the social platforms, or will the established OTAs like Booking.com and Expedia win the race?
There's no doubt that the platforms that can combine engaging content with easy booking and good customer support are going to win. Currently, social commerce is mainly about single products like experiences from Klook or hotel rooms. The social media platforms don't have the back-end technology to stitch itineraries together and support them, today that is, so my money is on the OTAs for now.
So to wrap things up, Delta, what are the key takeaways here?
Well, Trip, I think it's clear that even with all the fancy tech, trust and human interaction still matter, especially when you're booking something as complex as an international holiday can be. Yeah, absolutely. It's not like buying a toaster, is it? You need the reassurance that if something goes wrong, which happened a lot during the pandemic, that there's a person and a process there in the background who will solve your problem.
Exactly. But while we're talking about the things that will change how online travel works in the future, we need to discuss the emerging role of agentic AI. We think that, like social media, agentic AI will fundamentally change the search and booking funnel. Already, bots are starting to shake things up, taking over some of the stuff that we humans, or should I say you humans, seem to waste a lot of time and effort on. For example, building travel itineraries.
Absolutely. AI is evolving so fast it's hard to keep up. Trip, do you think the combination of social commerce and AI are existential threats to the OTAs?
The OTAs are a highly resilient species. The big players like Booking and Expedia have proven very adaptable over many cycles. They have huge market shares, massive inventory, great prices, and big distribution. They've evolved from desktop to mobile, and today they're working out how to evolve through the cycle of AI innovation and social commerce.
Dead right, Trip. And most importantly, they have the fulfillment infrastructure to stitch together highly complex sets of travel products in a relatively seamless way and to offer customer service if you need to change. Despite all the hype about agents, they're a long way away from stitching together, selling and supporting anything that complex. My bet is on the OTAs harnessing the bots and going from strength to strength.
Thanks, Delta. I agree with that thesis. Well, that wraps up this month's Tech Roundup podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and if you liked what you heard, make sure to check out our monthly newsletter. Thousands of founders, CEOs, board members, and investors globally stay glued to Tech Roundup. So go on, hit that subscribe button.
Exactly. Until next time, wishing you safe and fun travels. And remember, we fake humans rock.